Hello everyone and welcome to my video of the opening round of the 2022 Puma Cup. This one is from Snetterton over in Norfolk. It's a circuit I've raced at many times before, so I was looking forward to a good race. It's the first round of the season, and over the winter we were busy making some changes and improvements to the car. Mark Chappell, my trusty mechanic and learned friend and fellow DJ, helped with various things. The first of which you can see is moving the fire extinguisher forward into the passenger footwell. That's because the pull cords that activate the fire extinguisher were starting to seize up, and the ones that I ordered to replace them were a little bit shorter than the originals, so we had to move the fire bottle forward to make them fit. Other things, we now have plexi windows in the passenger and driver's doors, as well as also having plexi in the boot window, and also a polycarbonate fiberglass, whatever you want to call it, boot. Essentially it was to help get the weight out of the car. Being a bigger driver, I struggled to hit the weight limit last year. The Puma Cup have lifted that, so now at the end of the race the car and the driver have to weigh a minimum of 1,040 kilos, and making these weight saving changes, namely the plexi in the driver's and passenger windows, the poly boot and the plexi in the rear window, have taken 12 kilos out of the car, which I'm really pleased with. After qualifying, I went to the weighbridge at Snetterton and the car weighed 1,042, so we calculated the fuel perfectly and hit the limit. You know, I couldn't be more pleased with that. That was brilliant. Right, so back to this round. I qualified in 4th position. Jamie Clare and Luke Johnson, returning champion Luke Johnson, was up the front. They were lightning fast. They were quite a long way ahead of myself and Gary Jones. Gary's in the black Puma just ahead of me, and we've always had really tight, close battles, so I was hoping for another one of those with him. Now, it's meant to be a rolling start, so we're meant to be forming up side by side at this point, but for some reason the usual concertina effect didn't really happen, and I came out of this final corner thinking, why am I not alongside Gary? Why am I not on Gary's bumper? But anyway, saw the lights had gone, put the foot down, and then this happened. I've gone into slow motion here so you can sort of see a bit better. What a terrible way to start the season. Luke Johnson and Jamie Clare made contact on the start line at the rolling start. Jamie spun round and Gary had no time to react and ended up hitting him. So essentially it was a head-on accident. It's such a shame for both of them because well, nobody likes wrecked cars, and of course Gary was a completely innocent party. I am pleased to say that both of them were unhurt, bar a few sort of you know, the usual sort of aches and pains after quite a fast impact. I saw the in-car footage from Gary's car, and it looked like he was doing about 45-50 miles an hour when he hit Jamie. And Gary was completely innocent in that, but we've got two badly broken cars. The stewards made their mind up that both Luke and Jamie were to blame, both could have avoided the accident, and both were equal contributors to it. So I'm going to put that to bed and keep my opinions to myself. That was the opinion of the stewards. Now at this point, Luke is still in the race. I think he's the car ahead of me, I'm not sure. But Luke was so much faster than me, I had no chance of keeping up. I wanted to stay with him just to see if I could pick up a couple of tips, but he was too far ahead to actually learn anything from. Mark Jackson in the green Puma was behind me in 3rd place, and I didn't know it at this point, but when the pit board came out, he was about 2.5 seconds to 3 seconds behind, and it was like that lap after lap after lap, which made for a rather boring race for me. I was just circulating. So I'm going to cut to this one, which was my fastest lap of the race. Came in on lap 13. I'm putting this in here because next year when we return to Snetterton, I'm going to want to look back at this and watch my fastest lap of the weekend and see what I did, where I changed my gears, where I made my braking, so on and so forth. So this is more for my reference than your benefit. I always struggle with this corner, Wilson's. It's a really tight hairpin, 2nd gear, and it's so easy to get on the throttle too early and wash out wide, but I managed to hold it together there. For the left-hander here at Palmer's, again, I normally turn in too early, but this time I seem to just about nail it, so that on the exit I took the right amount of curb and just let one of the leaders go there. Luckily, it didn't cost me any time. When the leaders pass me on the exit of a corner, it makes no difference. When they pass me on the inside of a corner, that's when I get a bit grumpy, because I end up losing time and they don't. But in this situation, that guy just flew past and off he went. Fast left-hander here, committed to the throttle nice and early, and this was my bogey corner all weekend. I really struggled round here. Decided to keep it in third, keep it tight and rumble over the curbing, and then drift out before trying to get a really good exit from this corner onto the Bentley straight. I can see on my Delta I'm up at this point, so I'm pleased. I know that I can make this a lap record for me, personal best, if I keep it together for not too much longer. Now, this is the fastest part of the circuit. I think I got up to 106 miles an hour before braking about now, ready for this left-hander, down into third, and then you don't have much time to grab second gear, hit the apex and boot the throttle again for the fast approach up to the brilliantly named bomb hole corner, which dips down just at the apex and power through. Now final corner, the final section, this right-hander Coram, I struggled here in qualifying and actually went off in quite a big way, but managed to hold it together this time. Managed to grab second gear, hit the apex and hit the throttle before powering down to the timing line. I can see on the Delta that my lap time is up, so keep my foot down, make sure that I change gear at the right point, wave to Mark on the pit board and cross the line for what is now a personal best around this circuit. 2 minutes 28.7 seconds. That's about a second, almost to the thousandth, a second faster than we managed this time last year, which is great. So quick little edit cut to the end of the race. And here I am coming to the final corner. The leaders, I don't know if they were the actual leaders, but they were certainly up the sharp end, managed to get me at the final corner. I didn't know if they were having their own battle or not. Tried to stay out of the way, hope I did. But yeah, there's the pit board, Mark saying P2, and there's the checkered flag. Very happy with that. Of course, given the circumstances of Gary and Jamie being out of the race so early on, it was a little disappointing that I couldn't have a fair fight and a proper scrap, if you like, to earn that second place. But at the same time, it's motorsport and you take the breaks that you get. So yeah, really pleased with that. Thanks to all the marshals, giving them a nice wave and thumbs up on the way round. Thanks ever so much to everyone who helped me this weekend. There were an awful lot of people, the usual suspects included. There's your race results: 1, 2, 3, Luke, myself and Mark. So yeah, that's that. We're back out at the end of April with the 750 Motor Club Road Sport Series. Thanks for watching and hopefully see you there. Bye.